So right now I'm working on the backs of the cards. They are they've always had this meaning to them, kind of a growth, character growth type meaning, and now they're finally going to get into play, which the collaborator, the purple one, is already in play because it plays the messages from the future. There's one that gets delivered to us every 10 days. So the third one was a few days ago, was on the 20th. The next one will be on the 30th of January. So that's what the back of the collaborator card is. Now the other three, which are the observe, the creator, and the connector, I know what I want to do with them, but I've got to obviously create the verbiage and also how I'm going to do it. So right now I'm using Anchor. It's like a podcast to do I'll podcast the message from the future, and then I'm able to use another thing called Headliner and create a video file that plays the cool analog looking audio. I don't know what they call that. Slips my mind, but when they talk, it moves. So you've got that, and then I've also got text to speech. So being visually impaired, it's tough for me to read. In fact, I have my computer read to me because I can't see in the middle. So there's that on the card. So the back of the card, when it reads to you, there's audio, so it does read to you, but it also displays text to speech or speech to text. So anyone who's hearing impaired can view it, so they can read it, and for the visually impaired, they can hear it. So really cool way to let everyone get involved and hear those messages, and then I'm going to do that as well on all the other cards. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I've got to write it. I've got to turn it from text to speech, and then or get voiceover talent. I've got a buddy of mine who is one of the characters, which these are all characters that help you grow your OC3, which is your the observer card, the blue one, the connector, which is the orange one, the creator, and the collaborator. That's the one with the messages right now, because the messages tell us to work together to collaborate. So each one of these colors and pillars go with the game, and that's what I'm building in right now. I've got some great ideas for it, and I just got to figure out the flow and how that works. But I'm going to get something out on these cards soon. Like they work now. If you use your augmented reality app, they come alive, but it says something cool in 2020 is coming, which it's coming very soon. But this one will actually play the messages from the future, so the collaborator card. So you can at least use those and check those out now with all the other augmented reality artworks. And I'll keep pumping these out, guys. A lot of work. So I've also the end of the month, so I'm about to get the 2 new vines out for everyone. That's by the end of the month. So every month I do 2 new vines. That's not the vines in the card game yet. They'll be in the card game, but it's on the main wall. The 360-degree growing art installation that's that these cards in this game's from. It's from I started 7 years ago, and it's grown into a pretty massive undertaking. But I'll finish 2 each month all the way up until 2030. So in 2030, that's when the game ends, the world game ends, where we see if we've collected enough points or shot enough points into the global brain to actually make a difference and turn the focus of the world to what we want, not what we fear. That's what this whole game's about. And then the artwork is 2 done each month, and then it follows us on our journey into 2030. So all the tribulations and triumphs that we go through. And hopefully it is an inspiration for us all to focus a little bit more on each other, and how our actions, how we feel, what we focus on is really going to change the future, because it's what we are when we build the technology. It's not what the technology is. We use the technology, and it could be, people are afraid one way or the other, but it's a scary time, and this kind of documents it, and the game hopefully helps it and changes the world. That's the plan. So enjoy it, and thanks for listening. I appreciate everything. Talk to you guys soon.